Hey, it's Dr. Shante, and welcome back to my channel. As you know, life can be very stressful, and it's one of the reasons why so many people take to social media to vent their frustrations. But there's a better way, and it's cheaper than therapy. Keep watching. So there are literally a million other places you could be on YouTube right now, and you're choosing to be here with me. So thank you for that. So if you like this video and you like my channel, please make sure that you subscribe, like the video, turn on your post notifications so that you are notified every single time I post new content. And most importantly, leave your comments below because I absolutely would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. So one of the smallest but most significant changes I made in 2019 was starting and keeping a journal. And it's something that seems so old and cliche, but it's something that I've always been against because I've never really had the discipline to keep it. But by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why I think you should, and also my recommendations for getting started. Whenever I share this information with my email subscribers, I always get overwhelmingly positive feedback. And so if you want that information, I'll be sure to post it in the links below. Now, let's get started. So one of the biggest reasons why I started keeping a journal in 2019 is the ability to be completely unfiltered. When you are an influencer, there's a lot at stake, and people always say, oh, just be authentic, be transparent, just keep it real. But there are some times where keeping it real can go really wrong. And there are some times where you need to edit yourself and think about what you say before you actually say it. And so what journaling has allowed me to do is to be completely transparent, completely authentic, completely unfiltered without question or apology while keeping my brand intact. So another reason that journaling is beneficial is because it allows you to process feelings that you might otherwise box up. Sometimes we are just kind of forced to put on the brave face and move forward without checking in about how we're feeling about certain things. And so I have found journaling to be a form of self-care. And I promised that I would show you some recommendations that help me get started. So one of those is the weekly prayer project. Not sure if you can see this, but if you can't, I will definitely put the link down below. So having a strong prayer life is something that's important to me, but it's something that I haven't always been the best at. And so I like that this provides weekly prompts for me to think about my prayers and focus them in a way on things like gratitude and forgiveness. And I found it to be a really healthy tool. Also, there is the 52 list project. And so the 52 list project is so there's one for every week in the year. And so there are different variations. So 52 lists for togetherness, 52 lists for happiness. And I like the idea of something prompting me once a week to think about curating this list of things that make me happy or bring me joy or that facilitate togetherness with people that I might be neglecting because I'm so busy being busy. And so I will definitely post the link down below for this one as well. And last but not least, this guy, which is a little bit thicker, as you can see, this is from Grit and Virtue. And so their journals are very high quality in terms of their binding and in terms of their paper, but also this is the one that gets the transparency and the authenticity. This is where I vent my frustrations, and I have found it a very helpful tool because there is no rhyme or reason. I do it when I feel like it, and it's been very helpful for me. So I will definitely be sure to put the link for this journal down below as well so that you can get started. So on a side note, one of the reasons why I've also been kind of against journaling is because in the past, my experience has been people have a hard time respecting boundaries. And so when somebody reads your journal, it's such a violation of privacy. And so I would be really curious to know how you guys have had experiences with that. If you've been able to navigate successfully being able to have people respect your boundaries. So leave your comments down below because I'd really love to hear your thoughts on that. So last but not least, I have found journaling to be a great measure of growth. I think it's excellent to be able to look back and see what you've dealt with, what you've grown from, things that you've overcome, and things that are not quite yet resolved, because the more information you have about what you're dealing with, the better off you are, because you're not going through life pretending that things aren't happening and having blinders on. You're kind of taking those things head on. And I think that by having that journal as a tool to be able to look back and say, okay, this is something that's going to take a little bit longer than a day of venting my frustrations to resolve, I think the better off you are, rather than allowing those issues to build up and mount and create chaos in your life, which is something that none of us needs. So that is it. So if you like this video and those tips were helpful for you, I encourage you to subscribe, to like it, to share it, and be sure to leave your comments below. Also, if you want to have more tips like this on a more consistent basis, make sure that you subscribe to my email list, and I'll put that link down below. Or you can listen to my podcast, Believing Bigger Podcast, and I will put that link down below as well. And I will see you next time.